Protests, mainly by tertiary students across Papua New Guinea, was the backdrop of the signing of the much-debated Defense Cooperation Agreement between Papua New Guinea and the United States of America. President Joe Biden cancelled his visit to Papua New Guinea, but in his place was Secretary of State Antony Blinken. Before his visit, a draft of the agreement was leaked and reported in the Australian media. Many in Papua New Guinea believe the agreement questioned PNG status as a sovereign nation. The leaked document stated that U.S. military would not be subjected to PNG laws, but those comments were brushed aside yesterday and the signing took place. PNG and the U.S. also signed a shipwright agreement to ensure monitoring of PNG's exclusive economic zone from threats of illegal fishing and illegal smuggling. Prime Minister James Marape, after the signing of the agreements, said he would make the final agreements public and open for interpretation by the Supreme Court of Papua New Guinea.
And I will be making available to the public as we complete the due process of key documents to be made known to public in the very near future, possibly in days. This agreement will be made public to everyone, for all of us to understand. The United States of America is always transparent on matters. I just want to inform the educated out there, especially those of you who want to pick a political bone with me, let's not confuse everyone. We are a nation of rule of law. If you feel that this agreement encroaches into one iota of our constitutional law in our land, make a reference to the Supreme Court. I'm sure the court will find that what we have done is within the ambit of the constitution of our country and all the subsidiary legislations.
Prime Minister James Marape added that the security agreement was a step up to an existing status of force agreement made in 1989 with the United States of America, and also the 1975 Visiting Forces Act.
And today, the Defense Force Corporation comes at the backdrop of elevating what was originally the umbrella status of force agreement that kept us together. We are now elevating that to a specific relationship exclusive for USA, PNG, military corporations and military engagements and partnership. It is nothing for us to be fearful about. I just want to, needless to repeat, but for emphasis, because of a lot of misconception and confusion out there in the public. This agreement is subsidiary to treaty. It's below the treaty level. This agreement in no way breaks or encroaches into our country's legislations, be it the fundamental constitution of our country or every other enabling legislations we have. This agreement is congruent to the 1975 Visiting Forces Act.
While Papua New Guinea is situated in the Indo-Pacific and an ally to Australia and the US, Secretary Blinken didn't indicate that the agreement will allow US to utilize a military base in the country in the wake of China's growing influence in the region.
What we're focused on is what our partners here are working and trying to achieve in strengthening their capacity. As you heard the Prime Minister say, there's a focus on humanitarian assistance, disaster relief. That's the main import of what we're doing, but the main point is that, as you heard the Prime Minister say, we've had this basic arrangement going back to 1975. So this is simply updating and modernizing what has been a long-standing agreement.
Marape was assuring to the media that it was PNG who invited US to a defense agreement for the benefit of a modernized military and to promote democracy and not a ploy for US to extend its military capabilities in the region against China's growing military presence in the South China Sea.
I just want to inform Papua New Guineans in the first instance and the media who are trying to play up on this issue on China versus USA. The Secretary of State correctly has stated has nothing to do with the bigger issues, the headline issues that keep on going off every now and then. Papua New Guinea invited USA to move beyond just a ordinary agreement to a specific development focus agreement. In my view, that strengthens our defense force, and they will come in at the invitation of our defense force and not at their own will.
Fidelis Sukina for Inside PNG News.